I am.
Now that my head has cleared up a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit more perceptive. Can I just look around the crowds? If I see anyone suspicious.
Roll your general perception.
It's a fat 7.
You see a mirror.
See a bunch of people running around. Some people walking around. Some people jumping around. More people walking around.
Are you okay though? I mean, you just seem to be looking at people doing stuff.
Staying vigilant, Nargrax. Staying vigilant.
Nargrax will lower his voice and he'll say, whilst we're out here, what time of day is it actually doing? Is it getting to evening?
You'd assume that it's probably around about, let's say, 2 or 3-ish.
2 or 3-ish. Oh, so it is afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, everyone else is lying to us. Anyway, Nargrax will lower his voice and say, to be honest with you, part of the reason I wanted to get this hat is I think Flint needs to get this personal matter of his investigated. But it would probably be better if he didn't look exactly like himself when he goes. With that, Nargrax will hold out the fez to Flint.
What do you expect me to do exactly now, Grax?
Oh, sorry, I probably didn't really have a chance to explain. When you wear this, and you'll probably have to adapt to it for about 15 to 20 minutes or so. But once you do so, you should be able to assume a different form. I was thinking that if you were to go to somebody about this problem you have, it might be better if you don't look exactly as you are now. Just in case that the clergy have been swayed by Eldef, as it would seem most have.
Who exactly do you think I should go to see?
Nargrax thinks for a moment, and Doom, I don't think I actually went inside that temple to Helm, did I? I just was at the statues outside, right?
Yep.
Okay. Nargrax, considering that's the only church he knows, will probably recommend that we go to there. So,
I appreciate you proceed to go, sir.
yeah, unless anyone else has any objections.
Yep.
Actually, before we do, I'd say to Flint, we may want to stop back at the guild hall just so you can better adapt to that item before we head out in public. It may be best if we don't walk exactly with you. We should probably trail you. Nargrax gives Flint directions to the shrine, and if Simeon and Finian don't object, we'll probably follow maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds behind Flint after he exits the guild hall. Like, assuming he takes a disguise, and then just make sure that he doesn't get into any trouble.
If I can specify, I'd like to take on the form of a high elf.
Okie dokie. That's completely within the spell.
What was the those message rocks we bought? What was the range on those? I'll put it in the notes on it right now. I didn't.
Nargrax, did you put it in the notes?
If you give me a moment, I will have.
I'm gonna say it was probably 100 foot. That could be wrong.
Oh no, I mean if it was 100 foot, that would be. No, I didn't put it in. I remember when we were kind of in the market district, you said it would work from where the shrine was. I don't remember exactly what you said the range was. Maybe a mile?
Let's say 100 foot. Well,
I mean, 100 foot is.
Oh, a mile would have been the other ones, the better ones, probably.
I think
the ones that you got with the lesser versions.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you did say that it would, in the purposes for what I was doing, that would work. But if you want to retcon that to be 100 foot, then that's fine. I don't have anything written down.
Much shorter than that.
I don't have it written down, so it's up to you.
Hammer, quick. Run over to the other episode. Find me the clip.
Pem will most likely be asleep by now.
She'll see this in a few weeks, probably.
And then correct us.
Yeah. I mean, that and probably many other
I'll be
things.
generous and say 200 foot.
I'll actually put that in the notes now.
Definitely not
Just...
a mile.
Yeah,
I actually think they said something like 200 feet before.
Yeah, okay.
I honestly don't remember. My bad for not writing it down.
Yeah, it's mine as well, so I'll put that in the notes now, though. Okay. So with that, we're heading down to that chapel to Helm.
Okay.
Oh, the hand axe requires attunement, apparently. Did you tell me that and I just ignored you?
Nope, I didn't tell you that.
Oh, D&D Beyond's telling me that. Okay, I guess I will.
I just mentioned that it was cursed.
Doom, can I
And
just...
you took curse off.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you know those gauntlets? Did you, whatever you did at the thingy, did you just basically automatically tune those to me?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
I guess I'll attune to my hand axe then in the meantime.
So obviously Flint would need to attune to the hat, but okay. So he heads out. Rest of us follow maybe about 30 to 45 seconds behind.
Okay, okay.
Also on the way there, Doom, Nargrax would like to just see if anyone is either paying attention to us or is following Flint.
Roll perception. Oh, I wasn't looking at Twitch chat, but the other one.
Yeah, it's that's not
Okay.
gonna get me anything.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, I'll let you roll one as well. Neither of you really see anything.
Okay, we just continue trailing at a safe distance then.
Flint starts to approach the main church. There are a handful of people outside of it, just standing around talking. To the left-hand side from the little area is a group of statues.
Hold on, I'm just checking up on my own backstory here that I told you. Because I can totally remember it off the top of my head. Can I see any statues to Azuf around?
Just get a visual up. How do you spell it?
Azuth. His symbol is a left hand pointing upwards, outlined in fire.
Mixed in amongst your statues, you can see an old man holding basically two flaming hands.
I'd like to go up to the statue and offer a silent prayer.
Okie dokie. You go and do so.
I know I've not been the most devout of followers, but please help rid me of this demon. If you want to know what the prayer was.
You don't get any response.
I mumble quietly to myself as I stand up, it's like expecting nothing less.
One of the people from the front of the church walks over to you and stands just beside you while you were praying.
Oh.
Ah, you are a follower of Azuf, are you?
Yes, god of wizards. High elves are very in tune with magic, you know.
Ah, yes, of course. It's an older human. Personally, I've always been much more fond of Helm. Though he is a protector. Doesn't have much for selfish desires.
Is there a statue nearby I could pray to? I could use with some protection right now.
The little church behind me has a statue of him in it. It's a little shrine specifically made for him. There are not that many of us who follow Helm here, but there are a few.
Thank you, sir. I'll head over to the very pointed.
He nods. As you start to head over towards the little church area, there are several different groups of people talking in front of it. A couple of them see you coming, they nod and smile towards you, holding out a hand which has an eye drawn on the center of it, on each of them. Do you walk past, or?
I do.
You walk past, and you walk into the church. It's not particularly big. You'd probably say if you were looking at how many people it could seat, you'd probably be looking at about 30 people could fit inside of it total. There's a statue at the end of it with a small podium in front of it. The statue is about, I'll say, 10 feet tall. It's of a man holding a hammer, holding up his other hand, palm open with an eye on the center of it.
So I can see why Nargrax suggested you.
An elderly man approaches you from the side. Oh, hello there. How are you, my boy? Are you coming seeking the faith and protection of Helm?
Yes, there's something quite disturbing bothering me. I'd like to ask for protection.
Oh, yes. Well, you can sit or kneel and pray all you wish. If there's anything mortal that any of us can help with, I'm a bit of a cleric myself. I could see if I could assist you.
Yes, I shall let you know.
Oh, good. With that, he shuffles towards the back of the church and sits down reading a book.
I'd like to go to the statue. But Helm, I'm not a follower of you, but a demon plagues my nightmares. Please offer me protection against this thing.
You don't sense anything. You just see the eyes of the statue looking down on you.
Just like get up and sigh. Kind of what Flint expected. Knew this was a waste of time.
And what do you do?
I'll go over to the old man.
He looks up from his book. Oh yes. Hello there again.
Here, a tie for your church. I offer him 50 silver.
Oh, thank you very kindly.
And then I'll leave.
Okie dokie. You make your way out the door again. People greet you, nodding, holding up the palm with the eye on it.
Yes.
Doom, just to clarify, if I see Flint approaching us, I will instruct the group to kind of just move away, just to kind of like let him walk past us, just so we're not seen together.
Okie dokie.
Nargrax would like to go into the chapel as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah. You saunter into the chapel again. As you're walking in, you are greeted by different people there, nodding, holding the palms open to you, showing the eye.
And that is like So that's a symbol of
preaching
Helm,
for the
yeah.
church.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a symbol of Helm.
Yeah, Nargrax, being a follower of Helm, will reciprocate the gesture.
Just without the eye in the hand.
Yeah. So the Nargrax will go and pray to the statue of Helm himself.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, were you going to say?
Take a look.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something. That's why I stopped. No. Nargrax will. This will kind of like be in his head. He'll just think, it's been quite some time since I prayed to you, but I could use. Well, sorry. Me and my friends could use your help about now. A great evil is plaguing this land, and seems to have gotten its claws into one of my friends. I'm not sure there is much you can do, but if there's any aid you can provide, I would greatly appreciate and be in your debt. That's all Nargrax will say.
Make a wisdom save. Okay.
Okay.
You suddenly feel yourself pulled down into a darkness. You see everything suddenly around you darken off quickly. And you see a violet light again in the distance. And just as you're pulled down, you suddenly snap straight back to here and now.
What was that?
You hear an echo of a whisper.
What?
That's all you hear.
Sorry, I didn't know if you said anything else or that cut out.
Bruh, is all you heard.
Sorry, what did you say, Dim?
Oh. Bruh.
Where?
Yes.
Right, okay, I couldn't tell if that was just you. Bruh. Yeah. It's such a bruh, you're not getting in the way of this plot. Okay. Nargrax breaks into a cold sweat, kind of revisiting this dream in reality for just a moment, although after a few seconds he looks up at the statue of Helm and squints his eyes a bit and just thinks to himself, what is happening in this place? Not expecting an answer, mind you, just thinking it to himself. He'll go and sit on one of the pews for a moment, just waiting to see if anyone comes over.
You do so, the old man that's spoken to Flint comes over to you and sits down beside you. You seem troubled, my son.
Seems that there's a lot of unrest recently. I'm quite new to Kron, but I've seen this town change much in the short time that I've been here.
Yes, I've seen it several times, sadly. There's not much that we can honestly do. Most of our followers are old men. Long since had the fights drawn out of us.
I'm sure if
all
you
we can do is hope and pray to Helm that he will guide and protect us and those who are worthy.
Yes, indeed. Considering what's going on at the moment, this question might sound a bit strange, but I have a friend who I believe he may have been afflicted in some way by a malign influence. I want to help him, but I'm not sure how.
It would honestly depend on what this influence is. Are we talking something physical or metaphysical?
Metaphysical. I used my magic to detect whether there was something, I suppose, demonic or fey, something. I mean, obviously, our magics aren't always accurate, but he's a good person. I could sense that, but there's a second influence dwelling inside of him. I tried applying holy water, but I suppose that was wishful thinking on my part. I don't want to see it.
Is a common exorcism trick, but sadly it doesn't often work.
Is there any advice that you could offer? Or anyone who may be able to help?
The Prophet Velen may be of help.
Velen, you say?
Yes. Or if beyond him, there is the Prophets of Eldath.
I see.
They're about the only ones who I know of who performed any form of great miracle in recent decades.
Much to consider. Well,
Yes. I can't say I approve of the undertakings, but they certainly have the numbers. It certainly seems the gods listen.
fate has quite a sense of humor, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. He opens up his book and begins reading beside you.
Nargrax will just place 50 silver pieces on the pew beside him and just say, "For your time. Thank you for your help."
Thank you. Seems to have been a good day today.
Hopefully there may be more in our future, but for now,
Indeed.
we must wait.
May Helm guide you.
And you, friend.
With a nod, he goes back to his book.
Okay, Nargrax will come out of the chapel. He'll go back towards Simeon and Finian, who I presume are together. I don't know if Flint went back to the guild or whether he's kind of just waiting up the road for us.
I guess this whole time I've been outside playing dice with Finian, trying to lure him into a game of, I don't know, liar's dice.
He'll took you up on it. I'll say you beat Finian.
Maybe in the future, friend. Much more experience than you. I can spot a lie a mile away. Oh, Nargrax, you return.
Why do I always have one that's got 2 pips? Every roll.
It's just a look at the draw. You'll get better, I promise.
So, okay, so Nargrax will speak to Simeon and Finian. I'm not sure if Flint had any luck or if he managed to be examined in any way, but I had a conversation with one of the priests there, one of the faith to another. Obviously, I didn't mention Flint's name, but and you're going to love this. Apparently, Velen and Eldath are the only ones who would have a chance at helping him.
The Prophets of Eldath.
Sorry, I meant to say Prophet of Eldath.
Yeah.
Of course.
It
Fate
would...
is not without a sense of humor.
Funny enough, I said the exact same thing.
So, we catch Velen, force him into this exorcism. That'll work, right? Share a wry smile with everyone.
Yes. Yes, it's our best hope.
I guess in that case, we keep an eye on him.
He was out of town, last I heard, so...
I meant Flint.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if Flint was there. Oh, right. In that case, Nargrax will say, yes, I suppose all we can do is wait, but... It's odd. We're both having odd dreams. When I was in the chapel, I saw a vision of my own dream. Nargrax thinking this actually, Doom is going to cast Detect Good and Evil on himself.
Can you cast that on yourself?
Find yourself possessed by a demon too?
I can't take any chances.
What about you, Finian? The demons in your dreams?
Only those in my family. I can throw up the spell.
Oh, sorry, Doom.
Again. Right. When you cast it, you start to instead focus more in on yourself rather than the space around you.
Yeah.
As you do so, you sense something but nothing. You sense something bubbling beneath the surface. Nothing more, nothing specific.
Okay, if it's something specific, Nargrax will just think to himself, and this is kind of internally. I suppose I have been walking a line recently. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, but nothing really conclusive to go on for the moment, so I suppose I just wait. And with that, Nargrax will just say to Simeon and Finian, everything seems to be okay for the time being. But I'll keep checking.
Well, do let us know. Be nice to know if there's more evil among us. And all jokes aside,
Rest assured, Simeon, if there's
What?
anything else, I will let you know. I've learned my lesson from before.
I have come to consider Flint a friend, as I'm sure you do you all. But what do we do if this demon becomes out of control?
Inian thinks for a second. Prisons have cells which can deplete magic. Could it be possible we could find manning? If he can't have magic, he can't cast spells.
I think detaining Flint would be our priority, if the worst were to happen. He's a good man, and like many people in this town, and us included, they don't deserve the hand that fate has dealt us. We've saved each other's lives more than once, and I would say that we would be remiss if we didn't do everything we could to ensure the longevity of his life, as I'm sure that both of you would do for me, and I would do for you.
Yes, of course.
Us.
I would not like to have to put him down.
Nargrax will put a hand on your shoulder as you say that, as said, "Come now, Simeon. You're starting to sound like me. We can't have that. We'll find a way out of this."
You found a sense of humor after all.
It's a work in progress. Watching you assemble that table this morning helped quite a bit.
It was amazing how you managed to shatter a quarter of the table completely beyond repair.
You know, I think I preferred it back when he was oblivious. And I'll just get up and walk off.
Well,
Well,
come.
Find me in the outside area of the nearest bar if you go looking for me.
What in that case? Are you still disguised, Flint?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, if Nargrax sees you, he'll motion the others to walk to the other side of the street, just so we're not going right next to you. But as Nargrax passes, he'll kind of just like lilt his head in the direction of the guild hall, and just keep walking. Up to you two if you want to kind of break off from me and follow him from behind.
Yeah, I'll let you walk ahead.
Okay, so Nargrax is walking back to the guild hall. What time is it actually, Dim?
You'll say once it's been an hour that's passed.
So
about
about 3 or 4?
3 or 4, yeah.
Okay. Right, so Nargrax's intention is to go back to the guild hall and check jobs, unless anyone wants to do anything first.
I don't have anything planned.
I'll come back with my disguise off.
Walking down the street towards the guild hall, you can hear raised voices. They get louder and louder as you get closer to the guild hall. There are a few people standing in the street and looking towards the building.
Who sees this side, Dim?
Say again?
Who sees? Is this all of us who see this, or? 'Cause
All of you.
I'm ahead, so I don't know if I would have seen it first.
It's you'd see it first because you're ahead.
So, are they looking at the guild hall,
Yes.
shouting at somebody in the guild hall, or are they just watching the building?
No, shouting inside of it. They're looking at the building.
They're shouting inside the guild hall. Okay. Nargrax hearing shouting inside of the guild hall. If the others are near him, he'll kind of just look behind, and he'll just say quickly, "I'm going to go on ahead. This seems like there could be trouble." And he will not sprint, but he'll kind of like move at a slightly accelerated walking pace to get inside the building.
Can we tell who the voices are?
You can roll your intelligence if you want. As you're approaching.
Yeah, sure.
You haven't got a clue.
Okay.
I guess I'll move towards the guild too. Have a
Yeah.
hand ready. I'll just hand ready on my sword.
As you get past the front gate, you can see someone standing with their back towards you, shouting at Cerner behind the desk. I want to goddamn see them right now. I do not mean later. I do not mean tonight. I mean now. Where are they? As you approach, the person turns around and points out back out the door. I will not leave this place until they're here. I need goddamn answers right now. Cerner is just kind of gesturing him to just calm down. It's okay. I'm sure they'll be back anytime. I don't know what they did, but I'm sure they'll be willing to pay the costs, whatever it was.
Okay. Doom, how close are we when we hear this conversation?
Let's say you're just outside the doors, so you're going to be like about 20, 50 foot away.
Right. Is the door open, or are we only hearing this?
The doors are wide open.
Right, if the door's wide open, would it be reasonable to say that even from a distance I would be able to Nargrax would be able to see the figure that Cerner's talking to?
Yes, though his back is to you.
Can I see how they're dressed?
He's in robes of Elder.
Right. Okay. Nargrax, seeing that and hearing that conversation, is going to turn around, and he is going to he's going to convene on the others. Kind of like walking a little bit away from the guild hall, kind of ushering them back if he sees them approach.
Okay.
What is it? What's
Right.
going on in there?
Right, so Nargrax will say to the others, there's a cultist in there asking for us, presumably. He's harassing Cerner, but...
Did they actually hear him ask for us specifically?
Oh, sorry, what did you say, Flint?
Did you actually hear him ask for us specifically?
No. But considering the timing of it, I think we don't really have to think very hard regarding what he will probably be there for. Nargrax will say in a very hushed tone when he says this, it's very likely that they found the body.
That soon? How could they?
Eldef has influence, Simeon, as much as we don't like it. Let's not keep standing here. We need to move a little bit further away for now. As a matter of fact, Doom, are there any back alleys that we can access the guild hall from the back?
Yes, to
You
the
can
left
simply go
as
through
well.
the gate.
Isn't it?
What, sorry?
To the left, simply go through a gate. If you want to into the grounds.
If we went into that gate, would the crowd see us?
So they've already seen you either way.
No, but I mean, so that would be in view of the crowd if we went that way, is what I meant to say.
Yep.
So, yeah, if they were looking out for us, they could give a description. Are there any other ways into there that we know of?
There is a back way into the grounds as well. You just need to go further along a few houses to go up an alley.
Okay, Nargrax is going to direct. Actually, let me just think about this a moment. Nargrax will direct the guys to go into the side alleys and kind of start heading back up towards that back gate.
As you start moving away, you hear the shouting continuing.
Getting louder,
Yes,
same
I
volume.
know that you have tieflings here. I've seen them myself. I've seen the whores that you keep and you shelter. It's bad enough that you have them here when they should be giving cleansing ceremonies, like
Right.
you know they should.
Nargrax, this sounds like it's getting quite out of hand. Are you sure we don't want to intervene at the front?
Nargrax thinks for a moment and he says, yes, you're probably right. It's going to take too long, isn't it, to go around the back. I was thinking we could go in the guild hall from behind and maybe use the disguise again to see if we can lure him away. That would probably be our best chance. In fact, Flint, use the disguise now. See if you can distract him at the front. We'll go around the back.
I'm not the most charismatic individual when it comes to distractions.
You just need to keep the man talking and, well, the item is already affixed to you. We don't really have a lot of time, Flint, so make your decision now.
I'll pop the hat on.
Actually, as before he does that, I'll kind of just move him into one of the alleys and just say, just make sure no one sees you when you transform.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll let Hardy, one of the alleys,
Okay.
put the hat on and come back out.
Right, and as soon as Flint moves out, I'm going to direct Simeon and Finian to come with Nargrax to go around the back of the guild hall as Flint goes in.
Okie dokie. So, Flint, what do you do? And how do you look?
Same persona as before, I guess.
Okie dokie.
I see there's a ruckus here at the entrance.
The person in the robes briefly turns around and looks at you. And then Cerna will look at you. Yes, sorry. Like we're not currently taking new applicants.
Oh,
Now,
that's
sir, please just calm down. What is it that they have done? What do you mean what they have done? The accusations that they have thrown at us? It's preposterous. We're a goddamn church of peace.
Using the phrase "goddamn."
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, what accusations are these?
Guild members of this particular renegade bunch are claiming that my church kills children.
Quite a claim. Do they have any proof to back that up?
Yes. Do you have proof to back it up? Or do you just like to throw accusations of this around?
It seems if they had.
bit...
It seems if they had no reasonable proof, you are creating this ruckus for nothing.
I would not have my god besmirched by hooligans like this. Say by this point, you guys have also made your way around the back of the guild hall, and you're about coming in through the back entrance.
If your god is a god of peace, like you say, surely you would take a more diplomatic approach instead of this.
This is a diplomatic approach. I want explanations from these hooligans immediately why they think they can throw such accusations around.
Yeah.
I have been a priest of this clergy for over 30 years. And never once have I seen anything of this sort. Yes, we do not like tieflings. Yes, some of our members are sometimes violent towards them. We do not hold masses to kill children. We cleanse children through spells and revert them to a human or elf form, depending on their blood.
Oh, this sounds like quite powerful magic. Being a high elf myself, I'd be very interested in knowing how it works.
I do not use magic myself. I am a priest. I devote myself to Eldeath. I've not been gifted with powers. I cannot summon lightning. I cannot throw fire. I can't raise the dead. As much as I would love that so many times.
Doom, did you say that we're at the back at this point?
Yes.
Can we overhear this? I know.
Yeah, you can overhear this because he will be shouting it.
Have
Right.
you tried writing them a letter? Maybe they can respond that way when they are actually in the guild. I've heard great stories about this, Kings of the Craft. Maybe they're simply not in town.
Zerna has that eyebrow raised. Who are you?
The quick question: the message rack. When you send the message, does it say it out loud or is it
It's
just?
it was an out loud
It was-
message.
It's an out
yeah.
loud. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
that I was thinking of something like that, but actually, I don't know if don't think I've got anything.
If you even gave someone the other pair to that rock. I can't. Did you hand them out at the
I
time?
think we bought
I've
two
got
pairs.
well,
and
Nargrax has got one, Simeon has the other, so that's going to be quite useless in this situation.
One was sending, one was receiving specifically.
So I would have had the receiving vouch.
I didn't look into tampering with it yet.
Okay.
Do
Just,
you think he's talking about us?
I'm not too sure to be honest.
How are you certain that these men are from this guild?
Who did we accuse of killing children?
Right.
Your guildmaster received reports from the misadventures of a little group called the Hammerhands.
Oh no.
And he has been speaking with the town guard, as well as the leaders of the town. They have sent people to investigate. We've had people, for some godforsaken reason, going down the well in the center, where we throw tribute coins.
Hammerhands? Wasn't that a group of bandits a while ago?
Well, that would certainly explain a
Nargrax
lot.
has to hold me back. Bandits.
So, like, I put Nargrax will put his hand over Simeon's mouth. Right.
We were mercenaries. We're not bandits.
Doom, can I just ask you a question?
Go ahead.
From the front desk, if let's say me and Simeon was to go upstairs, would we be seen from this angle?
You'll probably be seen. He is currently around about the.
Let me just look at the map.
You move my token about that.
Right. Okay, I just want to see what the distance of this is. Doom, is this accurate?
Yeah.
Right. Right. What I want to do in that case, Nargrax is going to like hold Simeon back. He's going to take him into this room here.
Okay.
Right.
And you are now sat in the women's toilets.
Fine. It's yeah, he doesn't really care right now. Actually, no. That could be used against us if we're going to go to the male toilets. I don't. Yeah, that's. I don't want to mess this up. Right. So, Nargrax is going to sort of like cover his mouth a little bit as he does this. He's going to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Although,
Uh,
do you want me to give you that in the chat if you want to know what
I
it is?
mean, that's basically said. Must be true.
Yeah, so he's going to cast that. Now, I do believe that anyone anyone who's affected is aware of the spell, aren't they?
It would say so in the spell description.
Let me just double check. Creature that enters the spell's area, so it's 60 foot.
Mhm.
So that would cover
Yep.
sort of the whole guild hall, essentially. So, like on a failsafe, so can't speak a deliberate lie within the radius. You know, whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and thus can avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the bounds of the truth. Okay, so Nargrax is going to cast that. And then, so...
What save was it? Sorry.
I beg your pardon. It is a charisma, needs to be a 15. So technically that's going to affect everyone, so we all need to roll charisma same throws.
Yeah, good job I was muted there, because I didn't say any nice things towards you there, Bug.
Right, so meets it beats it for Nargrax. Flint is affected. Simeon is affected. Is that your roll too, Doom? Oh, did you roll? Wait.
Everyone in the guild
Oh,
hall.
holy shit.
Are you rolling for everyone in the building, Doom?
Maybe.
Right. Now, it does say that I know who made or passed their saving throws. So do I know if the Eldeath Priest passed his save or not?
He failed.
He failed. Okay. So after Nargrax does this, he's immediately going to pull Simeon outside of the guild hall back towards the back entrance.
What are you?
So Nargrax just shushes him, and then he's going to cast. One moment. So he's going to cast Sending. Do you want me to give you the description for that, Doom? So this basically allows a short message up to 25 words to be sent to a creature which I'm familiar with, and the range is unlimited. Because Flint failed his spell, he won't be aware of Zone of Truth fully.
Nope.
So that's why I'm doing this. Okay. So, so Flint, you hear Nargrax's voice in your head for a few moments, and he just says, "Don't be alarmed. I'm just counting because it has to be 25. This man will now speak the truth. Ask him as many questions as you can." And then the message ends.
I want some goddamn answers right now. Where are they?
Actually, Doom, do I know if Cerna passed?
She did.
Okay. So I don't need
She
to
got
send
that
enough.
one.
Yep, just make sure I
Yeah.
don't need to send a message to her because she's a part of this conversation. Okay. Nargrax is going to move just so he's close enough to the guild hall to hear the conversation, but not close enough that they'll be seen.
And because I failed, I do have to say the truth.
But you can also ask him questions too.
I've been
Alright.
waiting here for an hour now. Yes, I know you've been waiting here for an hour. I've been here as well. Where are the bandits that you are sheltering?
I don't think a fine establishment like this would house bandits. From what I understand, the final member of the group is due to be executed in a couple of months' time. What's the name of the city?
Found.
Alan.
In Feln, I believe.
Ah, yes. I've heard of what is his name? Bric-a-brac. Whatever his name was. He's not important.
That damn stickle bricks.
Where did that noise come from?
Why are you here anyway?
Is that question said to me?
Yep.
No, I just heard this ruckus from the street and wanted to know what it was about.
Cerner will speak. But would you mind just... We're not taking applicants at the moment. It's kind of a bit weird. You might start drawing a crowd. We could probably do that a crowd. No. Let's get a crowd. Let's get everyone around here. You know, we all want to know why you are hurling accusations at the church.
Do these accusations have any truth to them?
What do you mean, do they have any truth to them? Of course they do not have any truth to them. The very idea of murdering children goes against the very idea of peace.
Yes, quite. So there's no need for such a ruckus if nothing of this is true. I'm sure that you can inform the relevant authorities, and this matter can be dealt with in the correct, lawful way.
I really am not happy. And
I wouldn't
you,
be-
he points to Cerner, you have a lot to answer for. And so do these bandits that you like to house. With that, he'll turn around. I've wasted enough time here. I must attend a sermon. And he'll walk away, storming out. As soon as he does this, Nargrax and Simeon can roll perception.
Doom, could
Simeon
I?
sees everything.
I was just about to say, Doom, could I give myself guidance on this?
Sure, yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
That. Well, wait. What did I get? I didn't actually. 10. Well, I mean, Simeon sees something. I'll roll a d4 just for the heck of it. Yeah,
You've
14.
got max roll.
14.
Nice.
Simeon, as you watch him leave and storm down the street in a bit of a huff, you do see a few members of the crowd peel away to follow him from a distance, also wearing Eldef robes. They don't interact with him. He doesn't seem to know they're there, and they keep, I'd probably say, at least 50-foot distance between them.
Were they all wearing the same kind of robes as the priest guy?
The priest was more ornate. He also had kind of like, not a scarf, but the kind of thing that a priest has that goes over the shoulders and down the front.
Right.
Don't know what it's called.
No, that's the heart.
I know what you mean, but I don't know the name for it.
And you know, given you got that 20, you also saw a little kid pickpocketing a random stranger that was watching.
Eh.
Can I slyly flash my guild token towards Cerner so no one else sees it? If there's a crowd still watching outside?
When you do so, all she sees is a guild token suddenly materialize out of your form and then go back into it.
Hmm.
And she's just kind of looking down at it and looking back at you. What?
Do you think it's safe to go in now?
Is there a place I can change where I won't be noticed?
We are not a changing room.
Um,
I am.
I think hearing this, Nargrax is going to kind of... He's not going to walk in, he's going to kind of like peer around the corner and just try to get Cerna's attention.
Sees your head suddenly loom around the corner. Hi, Nargrax.
It's Flint, Cerna, just so you know.
There are
Oh.
people around, Nargrax. People.
Do you mind if you just come around the corner for a moment, Cerna? We can explain everything.
Sure, that's not suspicious at all.
I'm...
She kind of has a hand on a dragger hilt on a belt. Comes out.
Okay, fine, Cerna. I apologize. Nargrax will step around the corner and he'll say, "We heard the commotion from outside. I sent Flint on ahead to see what the man was inquiring about. Well, obviously, we don't really know, considering what we saw with Eldef, whether they were actually coming in peace or, well, to do something else. We've seen them commit heinous acts, and, well, we wanted to have some time to move in from behind the guild hall, just in case there was any danger."
I see. I suppose that was good thinking.
I'm not the most charismatic individual, so I don't know why they chose me for this.
It was...
You have the hat.
It was simply that it's an item that changes one's appearance. Flint acquired it earlier on, and it seemed quite fortuitous. We seem to have found a use for it almost immediately.
Are people watching us at this moment in time?
Crowds outside have begun to disperse that we're watching.
The
guild members are generally looking over towards you guys, though.
Just to say, Nargrax is avoiding standing near the doorway because that's wide open, from what you said. But I'm guessing they can hear this explanation too.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, now you've announced it to the guild, I may as well just take the thing off. Take the hat off.
Nargrax will hold his hand out for the hat.
Pass it you back.
So Nargrax will continue to say, "I cast Zone of Truth while we were outside. I was curious to see whether that man actually was telling the truth, and strangely it seemed that it was. He was completely honest in what he was saying."
He's a legitimate member of the church and not one of these fanatics.
It's a very big church. The more recent changes are, well, I suppose you can consider it like how something suddenly becomes popular.
Perhaps he was actually a member who practiced the proper tenets of their faith.
Possibly. You can definitely understand his anger. Though...
It does not change what we saw.
Killing children?
That's probably not a conversation for... And Nargrax looks over to the other guild members and just says, "It's probably not a conversation to be had casually in public, Cerna."
Should all be in the report Frank made.
The guildmaster takes those. What have you got yourselves into? And with that, we're going to end the session there.
Okay.
Have we?
That was interesting.
Have we actually told the guildmaster about what we saw in the church?
We did.
Yeah.
We have.
Yep.
Not only that, but you also have Frank.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I don't think the Eldef would have any way to know about Frank necessarily. Unless they can detect mimics. But we have no way of knowing that. It's one way or the other.
But he writes reports.
He's writing the report that goes to the guildmaster. We've told no one else that we saw a child get murdered, have we?
The guildmaster has, though.
Only the gods. We haven't told anyone else that I remember.
I mean, Flint and I kind of taunted the guy that did it, but we were subtle.
Totally subtle.
But anyway, before we get into a big conversation, because I know that we need to end off this session pretty sharpish night, let's move on to the shoutout section. So first of all is Mr. Doom the Bringer. Here are your
Hello.
socials. Anything you'd like to say, my friend?
Join us on Twitch in particular. We're currently doing a run through of 7 Days to Die of a Horde Every Night stream. It's
That's
been
fun.
me, Bug, and Zach. Plenty of stress. Not as stressful as the first time we did it. We're doing it much better this time, though.
It's
Generally
not.
making pretty solid progress.
Honestly, I
Because you've
don't.
got me.
I don't think the stress has really hit us yet. I think that's going to ramp up though after the first, 7-day horde, because at that point I think it's just going to basically be that difficulty each night up to. I mean, it's based on game stage, so yeah, the longer we go, the tougher it will be.
Basically, it's going to be inevitable. Eventually, we will fail, but facing it every single night, it'd be interesting to see how far we get.
It's just basically a microcosm of the entire game, but just a lot more. Yeah, we're kind of like seeing that. Yeah, that. Hey, if you want to kind of see exactly what we mean by that, feel free to check Doom out. Usually you stream one day during the week, right?
Yeah, 1 or maybe 2 days, depending on what days I have off. Basically, and how I feel.
And it's usually in the middle of the day, so anyone around for that, feel free to stop by. Okay, anything else for you, Doom?
Yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, moving on to me. Apart from my D&D content, I am not really doing very much right now on Twitch. Horde the Dragon Queen tomorrow at 9 o'clock with me as Dungeon Master, going into pure homebrew territory. So we'll see if we'll see how badly we can derail. I've not actually really had to improvise very much yet, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how you're going to yank me off those rails and make me think on the spot. But feel free to follow me on my socials, join Discord, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitter, or just watch me here on Twitch. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about Zach.
Why would you want to talk about that guy? That guy's a loser.
Because you're the next one in the order and I have to go for you first.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you want the blunt answer. But no, in all seriousness, we do actually want to hear about your planned exploits. I believe you were talking about maybe doing, playing some classic games on stream in the near future.
Yeah, I'm actually going to continue my Symphony of the Night run tomorrow. So, Pema, this is your warning.
That you would
Even though
not
you
be
won't see
watching at 1 AM in the morning.
Even though you're not going to see this video till a few weeks' time, this is your warning for me streaming tomorrow.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah.
And also the warning to me, so yeah. What time will that be, Zach? Just in case anyone would like to watch.
I'm thinking about 3-4ish.
Good stuff. Okay, anything else from you?
No. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, Zach, and hello, Elf.
Hello.
So here's your social, sir. Anything you'd like to say?
Just I'm going to regurgitate what the other guys have said. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. We've recently just finished a Pokemon challenge run, which was really fun.
You're going to be playing Castlevania too?
Definitely plan to do more. I just started up Spyro the Dragon, the remastered trilogy. Having a lot of fun with that.
Ooh, actually, I'm looking forward to seeing you continue that.
Yeah, it's been a bunch of fun. Definitely going
When
to
you
play
figure
that
out what you're
until
meant to do. Yeah.
play that to completion. Yeah, that's about it right now.
Okay. And with that, was a bit of a shopping session again, but you know what? I felt like we got a couple of decent moments in there tonight. So, with that, we should be back with Heroes of Neros? What? Secrets of Neros. That's a bit optimistic. Secrets of Neros. Next week, probably the same time, about 10:30. I don't know if we'll be going for longer. We will have to see our schedules line up. But until then, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And it's goodbye from me and goodbye from everyone else. And we will speak to you next time.
Bye.
Hasta luego.